This week on Fade to Obsidian, we're talking all spoilers. So if you're not caught up on Lightbringer, it's not our fault. Coarse language is also used.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Fade to Obsidian. I'm going to talk over Skipper this time. As always, I am present, joined by Skipper.
Hello.
And today we have special guest Scarab.
What's going on, guys?
The artist formerly known as Wings.
Thank God it's gone. Thank you, guys.
Well, okay, why are you Scarab? Why did we end up naming you Scarab? We're going to jump right into it.
I appreciate getting an official name. Yeah, I used to drink Red Bull, and so Wings was just like so lame, and I was just like, all right, whatever. So, yeah, the Scarab from the costume at HowlerCon, that was great. I was like, oh, awesome. And it's legit because you guys gave it to me, so
yeah,
rock it. But yeah, long time no see, like almost a month now.
Almost a month since we were in Tulsa together. Last time we saw you, well, we were walking back from Valkyrie's, but we had been hanging out at Valkyrie's.
Yeah, and it was god awful hot.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it's gotten so much hotter.
What? How?
It's only gotten hotter here.
I'm glad you're taking it out of here. Like it's
No, like the other day it was like 110, 112.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was just like fucking miserable, but it's finally starting to cool off. Like I think today, like the high was only 93, so not terrible. But...
Only 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today I wore a full like sweater to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have good AC.
Oh yeah, my store does, but also it's only I don't know, 20 degrees Celsius. Was that like
70?
So.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 85 here today.
Oh, nice. That's a good temperature, 85.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. But what are you drinking tonight? Let's go with our second question always.
I was going with the Modelo, the dark Modelo. They're super tasty. I'll let that one get warm. So I just cracked open a Guinness Drought Stout, the Nitro. Have you guys tried that?
Oh, yes. One of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
It's super smooth. I love it.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What are you drinking?
Crescent, what do you have?
Yeah. I got the full gamut tonight. I have an old fashioned made with Ardbeg Ugdal, which is incredible. I have a can of Peerless Gold.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Wow. And you still have those.
I have Open 14.
Just
because I'm drinking for two tonight.
He's drinking for the both of us. I've got just ginger beer because I am doing Sober September.
Oh,
so
nice.
All of September you will see me. I'm going to try and make... Today I got lazy. It's just ginger beer. But I'm going to try and make some fun mocktails or stuff. But,
Yeah.
In the den right now is the first Gym Rat War.
That's right. Yeah.
Launches today, so everyone's on fitness kicks. I am not officially participating, but I am doing Sober September, so that'll be my fitness.
Yeah, that's part of participating. It's
like
the what's it called, the Medicus category or whatever.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So. But yeah,
that's awesome.
So, Twist did tell me that she was going to make up some mocktails, but I don't trust her that the juice isn't going to cost like $100. Like she's going to have me on some like go find
you
this
gotta go.
exotic
You have
flavor.
to take a walking trip to Peru and forage the juice from an endangered berry.
Yeah. That or she's going to pick something ridiculous that is not in Canada, and I'm going to have to cross over to, like, Buffalo just to go to Target because, like, snowballs! Who knew that we don't have snowballs
I did find off-brand snowballs the other day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she has expensive taste. I gotta find like the cheap like alternate version of like her stuff, but
It's all
I'm sure
very
it's good.
delicious, but
Yeah,
it'll
It's
take
worth
a
it.
sales spike.
it is worth it.
Yeah,
As brutal as it is on the wallet.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much, Scarab, for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having me.
And
This is
you
awesome.
are actually you're Red Prince Rising. So
Yeah,
where did
I
that come
am.
about? Can you talk about that?
Um, yes. Little over a year ago or more. I think almost 2 years ago I started it. Because like I just had like, you know, stuff that was just Red Rising related that I wanted to post, and like my regular personal account just like wasn't the place. I was just like, I need an entire just place where I can just post stuff. Um, and I'm super into 3D printing, and so 3D prints rise from the bottom up. It seemed like an appropriate. I mean, it's not a super clever title by any means, but yeah. So it's just like 3D printing, red prints rising, and I actually have a video I haven't posted yet. I bought red filament, and this was always in my head, like behind the name of like literally having red prints rising, and that's kind of where the name came from. So I have like several helmets I've printed that are red that I've time lapsed, and we'll do a compilation soon. But that
That's
was kind of
Oh,
the
amazing.
that's
idea
awesome.
behind it. But yeah, it's been super fun. Super cool. Like just getting to like I love going over to my Red Prince Rising Instagram because like it's literally just like the den and like all the howlers and just like that's all that feed is strictly just for the Red Rising universe and a happy place. So it's been fun.
Yeah. I always love how great of a fandom this is that
Hmm.
yeah, we just take up so much space and do so many different creative things that yeah, if you're if you're listening and you're not following any of the artists that are involved in the Red Rising fandom, highly recommend because there's some
Oh
talented
yeah,
people and it's just a
Yeah,
lot of
there's a
fun of
lot.
yeah, and
yeah.
everyone's
It's
so
always so cool.
supportive of each other. Like everyone just wants to make friends. It's
Yeah,
not like anyone's competing or
there's no
anything. Like
competition.
Right.
yeah.
It's just
Like I saw Miles
collaborating.
at HowlerCon. I'm just like, Miles fucking Bensky, let's go, dude. Like I was
Love
just
Yeah,
so
Miles.
stoked. Like
I didn't realize who he was.
oh
I
really?
saw him, no
Oh,
idea. Like I've seen so many of his drawings, but there was
Yeah,
nothing that's like, this is Miles Bensky.
yeah.
right.
And
Well,
I'd never really seen a picture of him.
Yeah.
I was like,
I had seen a couple pictures, I think, and then like he was also carrying around his discs, and so I was just like,
Mhm.
oh, dude. And like my disc was in the car, and I was like torn because like people were like wanting like group photos and stuff, and Miles was there, and I was like, do I go out to the car? I'm like, whatever. But um, I told Miles I had a couple of his discs, so he knew. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, awesome community. It was that was probably my favorite part of HowlerCon. Honestly, it was just
oh yeah,
meeting you guys, meeting everybody from Instagram. Like, it's so surreal that like the whole thing. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel bad for I don't want to cuss FOMO, but it was like really cool, like meeting everybody face to face and just like knowing like we all have this awesome world that we share together to
Yeah.
geek out about. But
yeah. I think the more FOMO you inflict, the more likely people are to come to the next one.
okay, all right,
We're
that's
gonna
fair.
need like
Like,
a full stadium for the next one at this
Oh yeah,
point.
right. I have to like rein it back because like I'm like I don't want
Oh
to go too far,
no,
but
no, no. We won't
also
shut up
just
about it, so.
just because everybody else is curious, you can swear. You don't have to
yeah.
rein yourself in about that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's so funny of yeah, we keep talking about it. Other people are like, "Oh, I didn't get to go." Well, sorry. You should
yeah,
have. And
Next
for next
time.
year,
yeah,
get on it.
yeah. I think it's gonna be even more packed next year, and I want it to be in Tulsa again because I'm selfish and I don't want to travel. But if it's somewhere else, I'll go somewhere else. Like it'll be awesome wherever it is. But
Yeah. Yeah, I have faith. I do
would
like the
I would
small
love to have it in
town
Canada,
Mhm.
but a
Do
northern
what?
state I think would
Yeah,
suffice.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
yeah. I
a
think
lot
we're
cooler
pushing
for sure.
we're pushing the envelope trying to get it anywhere in Canada. Everyone's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
like, but like a
absolutely. Yeah,
passport?
not gonna happen.
It'd be so pretty and so awesome though.
Yeah.
Have it in
We'll rent
Banff.
a boat. In
Ooh.
Banff? How much money do you think we have?
Depends how many people join the Patreon between now and then, I guess. Also,
Um,
if you're a patron that's paying for a postcard, please reply to my DM with your address.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten 2 back. So
Oh.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have a Patreon for those listening. You get all of the content that gets cut from these episodes when we have to edit things. Last episode was mainly me running to get shot glasses or Crescent cleaning up his mess, as well as a random story I told, childhood story about Sherry. So that's all on the Patreon. And if you get the Crescent postcard tier, he will send you a postcard. So you can do
I
that.
will, in fact,
Yeah.
because I know how post offices work.
I don't. So if you spend $100 a month, I might consider going to the post office, but I don't even guarantee it, so I wouldn't do that level. Anyway, but yeah, Tulsa would be. I'd be okay going back with Tulsa. It was
Oh
just the
yeah,
heat. The
100%.
heat was the only thing that was getting like. So
Let's
if
make
we
it
can maybe do like an April, like what's
right.
April in
Yeah,
Tulsa?
honestly, shoulder seasons or winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be so nice. Like if it was like actually cold out when it happened, and you could wear like wolf cloaks and like them actually be useful and like fur. Like
Yep.
so nice. I
Yeah,
was
there was.
dying. I was straight up
Okay.
Oh
sweating
God.
my ass off. I was
Okay, well let's
could
talk
not
through.
wait to
What were
paint.
you wearing? What were you wearing that
Well,
night?
so I got there a little early before they opened to set up cornhole boards that I did for Joel. And so Josh and we parked behind Kane's and we're bringing in the boards. I find Joel and just touch base with him, kind of like get a game plan of what we're going to do and whatnot. And then like Pierce is just like standing by a table, like to my left, like less than like 7 feet away. And I'm just like, this is, and like no one's there yet. It's empty. And so I was just like, that's Pierce motherfucking Brown. I'm just like that right there. And so like he was talking um to the band, and I didn't want to like interrupt, but as soon as I saw an opening, I went over there, and that's where I posted pictures of like him standing by the cornhole boards. But like I was like so um like trying to like keep my cool that like I couldn't speak, and I was just like asked me a question or something, and I was just like, oh yeah, yeah, and like I had to like snap out. It was either gonna be like super fanboy gush or like
Mm-hmm.
trying to like keep it in. But after a while, it's just like, oh, like he's just as cool as like he seems in like videos online or interviews and stuff. And so that was pretty neat. But yeah, I brought in the cornhole board, set those up, and then I was just wearing like a regular attire. And then like they're like, you got to check in for the cosplay at 6:45, and it's like 6:15, I want to say, or something. So I'm just like, oh shit, like I have a lot to put on. Like so I was kind of stressing about suiting up into my Scarab Skin Severo costume,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had all that stuff backstage and rushed back there to change. And I asked like one of the security people, I was like, hey, like, is there some like room or something I can like throw this on? And they're like, oh yeah, let's go to the green room. And took me back there, and it's Pierce's green room. And I didn't like realize that till I was like in there. I'm like, oh shit, like this is where Pierce is hanging out. Like the shit's on the counter. Like this is what? And so like my brother was there. He helped me like suit up super fast, and I'm like, we're throwing stuff on, like buckling everything, and put it all on, and I run out there because I thought like that was the first thing of the con. I thought like the
Yeah.
contest was like literally about to happen, and I'm just like not ready. And so like I get out there and then check in, and I think her name's Lexus, right?
Yeah, Alexis.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Alexis, super nice. She's super cool. Um, yeah, checking with her, and she's like, "All right, you're good. It'll start in like an hour." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I just had an hour to kill in suit, and I was just like, it felt very much like being a mascot again. Because in college, I went to OU, and I was one of the mascots there. I was Boomer, and it just felt very much like that because I couldn't see shit. It was just as hot, just as packed, and then like you're walking, stopping to take pictures with people and stuff. So it felt very much like a mascot gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sweating by the end of the night. So it was an authentic Severo suit for sure. But
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
talk about mascot. Like your movement is like your costume was amazing. But I think what
yeah.
won over the entire crowd was how you got on stage. Like your entrance was just
Yeah.
so Severo. Like your movements, you just had
uh,
Severo down to a T.
Yeah.
It was
it
100%.
incredible.
was fun. I mean, how can you not, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
uh,
you got to sell out.
yeah. And I also had like two Peerless in me at that point as well, and I was just like feeling good. Uh, but yeah, I just remember like someone like tapped me to go, and I was like, I'm like waiting till like they finish talking to pop out. Um, but yeah, I just channeled the goblin, went goblin mode, and kind of went for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then you ended
yeah, it
up
was fun.
winning the Vox Populi, the
The
People's Choice.
Populi,
This,
I was
yeah.
Yeah.
not expecting that. I thought the Helldiver guy was gonna get it, but yeah, I just that was super fun, super surprising. And yeah, it was crazy. Like everyone's costumes were so good. Like I was just like knew everyone. I didn't realize that Ephraim was drill bit. Like
Drill
I didn't
bit,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
did not, and like we hung out backstage. He was like right behind me most of the night uh, before we did our walkouts and stuff. And I was like talking to him, and then like the next day at the pool, like we talked about it. I was like, dude, I did not connect the dots. Like who you were, my bad. But also couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
But
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You came up to me and you like said like you're Skipper or something, and I was like, "How do
yes.
you know?" I was like,
Oh, your
"What?"
Victor
The
was
name tag
awesome
didn't
too.
give it away anyway.
Oh yeah, my name tag. Oops. Yeah, my Victor. I enjoyed being Victor. Yeah, we made a very good, perfect husband
we
wife Victor and
we really did.
Severo of like that height
It
difference.
was it was perfect. I'm like,
Yeah, it was
wow, this could not have been
impeccable.
any better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures is us posing as Victor and Severo. It's so great.
Yes,
Uh,
that
yeah,
was fun.
such a fun night overall. Yeah, and you
Oh
had
yeah.
full like you had the knife, you had everything. It was so great.
Oh man, I was like that knife. I literally finished printing that like an hour before the con. Like it was on the
Oh
build
damn.
plate printing, and I'm like, fuck, like finish. And I was printing in this white like it's like an ABS filament. You normally print with PLA, which is like a softer plastic, much easier to manage. This stuff is like what the stuff is that Legos are made out of.
Oh, okay.
So it's like way harder and way harder to print. Like the printers just, at least mine, can't handle it that well. So like I had to like crank my temperature up to like the hottest setting and like really pushed the limits of my printer to print that thing. And I was just happy because I had three failed knives the previous 2 days. And I was just
Mm.
like, third
Oh
time I'm
no.
going to try it. I changed some things. I changed some temperature settings. And I'm like, third time. And it was like printing like beautifully the third time. And I'm like, I don't want to jinx it, but I think it's going to work. And it did. And I finished it, wrapped it up, and was able to have a knife. Because, Severo has his knives. You can't go out there without a knife. But
Yeah.
um, I
Yeah.
was just gonna have the sling blade that Josh made I printed his sling blade like a long time ago, and I've just kept it around. I was like, I'll just use this if I can't. But yeah, it all worked out. So
Yeah, that's perfect.
good.
I love that. That's great.
But
Yeah, and then how was the rest of the con for, or yeah, the HowlerCon for you? So just overly hot, hanging out with everybody.
it was so cool. Like Josh Paulus is a good buddy of mine. I uh, met him online like I feel like maybe I don't know 4-ish, 5 I don't know 4-ish years ago. Um, whenever he released the STL files for the Sling Blade, and he also had Severo's razor, Cassius's razor out, and they're just free files. I'm just like, who is this guy? And he's like making these awesome files that like I'm gonna print absolutely.
Yeah.
And so connected with him on Instagram. And so that's who I hung out with most of the night. I kind of chilled over at Josh's booth with the Orange Armory, and I stood up for the whole con. I was, while Pierce was talking, I was, just standing back there with Josh. Um, I think because some people like saw me go back there, they thought like they could come back. So like I was also uh, like talking to different people back there, but yeah. So wait, I guess the order of the con for me it was setting up the boards. Um, Getting suited up in the costume, and then we waited in line for a long time for the Peerless, but it was so worth it. I wish I'd bought more, man. Like, God, I have two left. That well, actually three, but one's like I'm keeping for display.
Yeah,
Um,
I have.
I
Yeah,
also
I've
only
got
have two
six.
left.
I have
oh,
6 in
really?
my signed can left.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting to the point where I'm like, these are going to be for special occasions. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
turned 30 in November, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to save one for that. And I don't know when I'll do the other one, but yeah,
Yeah.
so got beer. And then after getting beer, I had made like these sci-fi helmets that I had in the same box that my costume was in, and I brought those, and I was going to give Ben and Aaron these helmets. And I also had a specifically designed helmet for Pierce that I had made. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go backstage and get Ben and Aaron's. Well, I go backstage to get the helmets, and oh shit, I'm getting things out of order. So before I suited up, I gave Pierce his helmet. That's what happened. I gave Pierce his helmet before I got in the Severo costume because we were both backstage. I just finished like setting up the cornhole boards. Pierce is back there, and he's just like going through pizza boxes looking for whatever slice he was looking for. And so like I look around and again it's just like me, my brother, and Pierce. And so I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time to give him this helmet, like
Yeah.
literally the perfect time. So like I open up the box um and pull it out. I'm just like, hey Pierce, like I made you this. And he like freaked out, he loved it. I showed him it had lights on it, and he like freaked out even more and was like super excited. And I had my own sci-fi helmet in my car in the back, and so like while Pierce is like putting it on, messing with it, and he grabbed my razor to take some photos with as well. I sprint my ass out to my car and grab my sci-fi helmet, run back in, and thankfully he's still there, like taking a photo or something. And then we got a photo together with like both our helmets on. That was pretty fun.
That's cute.
Um,
Amazing.
but so did that, and then the several costume thing happened after that, the beer, and then I was like, all right, I gotta get Ben and Aaron their helmets. And then I'm like, shit, their helmets are in the tub, which is in Pierce's green room. Pierce's like isn't out here. He's probably back there. And so I'm just like, God, all right, fuck it. And so I have a video. I won't post it anywhere, but Josh filmed me walking back there, and I knocked loudly on the inside of the door, or on the outside and the inside, seeing if it's cool. And you just hear Pierce yell, "Come on in!" And so like I randomly got to go, chill with them in the back. And that was a surreal experience. It's pretty neat. It's, but one of the 2 helmets that I had made for Ben and Aaron broke in travel, and so I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
I'm just like, I can't give them like one helmet and be like, you guys just share
Just
it,
share it.
fight over
like,
it.
yeah.
They
So
could
I was
do
just like,
like weekly custody. They actually see each other to record, unlike the two of us.
yeah.
They could share something.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm almost done making it. I'm still sending them
Yeah.
their helmets, but yeah. So I had one good helmet left, and then like I look across, and Joel's standing in the doorway outside, and I'm just like, oh, Joel would love this, and so I gave Joel the one working helmet that I'd left. And then Pierce kind of put it together that the cornhole guy and Severo were the same person. So I'm in my Severo costume, and he's like, "Oh, you're the guy who gave me the helmet." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that was me." And kind of told him how I made it and stuff. And then after that, felt like the pressure, like I need to get out of here. Like it was cool, but like I need to get out. So give them their space to get ready. So packed up all my shit and went back out front. And then by that time, it had kind of started with the band playing and everything, and that was super awesome. You like bees? They were dope.
They're
Yeah, they were
amazing. Love them.
fantastic.
Yeah. They actually took the picture for me initially with the cornhole boards. Super nice guys. They're like, "Oh, we'll take the picture." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." Uh, but yeah, all their stuff is good. I loved the when your heart beats like a drum. Like,
I want
God,
them to release that as an actual like
right. And
Yeah,
the
I
fact
would
that
love that.
everyone knows the words and everyone's singing along and it's not planned and it's just like the most natural thing that could happen
yeah,
at HowlerCon and like how into it everybody was. I'm just like, I'm with my people. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, that was my feeling for the whole weekend. Is just like
yes.
I've never belonged somewhere more.
Right.
Like it was just I was talking with Salem when I was driving her to the airport, and I was like, "Did this weekend feel like a fever dream to you?" Like,
Hmm.
yep. I was like, "Okay, good. It wasn't just me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like one of those things that was like so good that like it's kind of hard to put into words. And which is why like I don't know. I feel bad, like, but that's how it was. Like, it was a
Yep.
something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah.
just all the interactions with everybody and the vibe, like the contest, the interview with peers afterwards. God, I mean, could our fandom have like a more awesome author? Like, Pierce is just like the absolute best. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I think that
like taking his
contributes
time
a
with everybody
lot
and
to the fandom and why the
right.
fandom is so great. There's no gatekeeping, there's nothing like that. And I think it stems especially because Pierce has made himself so accessible, but
Hmm.
also so like he's just lovely, so you don't want to disappoint him by not being lovely. So our
Right.
whole fandom has just become this like very loving, accepting, like, oh, okay, cool. And like his
Yeah.
whole thing that he keeps saying about, he just wants people to build, to play in the fort he built. And
Hmm.
like I think all of us are just all like, okay, then we'll just play in the fort. Like and he's
Right.
just he is the reason
Right?
that
Give
the
me
rest of
give
us
me
are
a
also
bucket and a
lovely.
stick.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I know he's so wonderful. That whole
No,
night was so
it's
much fun
awesome.
because of him. Yeah, and Joel.
Yeah.
Joel did so much
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Like, so I don't know if I said this on the pod, but I live in Tulsa. So like a few months ago, whenever I met Joel, it was like a few days after. Was it when was HowlerCon like semi announced that it
It was
was
like
gonna, was that the Bacchanal thing?
March,
Yeah,
April.
Bach and all they made whisperings of it. That it's
That
like
was
we're
it.
gonna maybe do something here.
That was it. That was when my interest like peaked. As soon as I heard it there, I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I knew Joel was here. I knew he was in Tulsa, but like I hadn't met him yet. And like I'm like, wait, this thing could be happening like in my city. I was just like freaking out. I was like
Yeah.
so stoked. And then 3 months ago, was at a concert and went upstairs and I see this guy with, a man bun, talking to some buddies, and I'm with my brother, and I'm like, Josh, dude, that is Joel Phillips, and he's like, dude, chill out. If it was Tom Cruise, then you could be acting like that. But I'm just like, no, dude, you don't
Like,
understand. Like,
good dude.
yeah, and I was like, that's him. I'm like, oh man, I was like nervous. I feel like I was more nervous to meet Joel initially than I was Pierce at the event, just like because I'd never met either of them before, and like they're just kind of like this enigma that you see on Instagram or wherever. They weren't real, and so like seeing him in real life, I was just like, oh shit, like so like I waited till like he was done and like his buddies like went to go get a drink or something, and I swooped over there and introduced myself, and I was just like talking to him about HowlerCon, and I was just like, I know it's like just been announced, but like I want to help out. Um, like I am beyond excited for this thing, and so we talked about that, and he had just gotten the very first. I don't know what you call it. It's not an arc, but it's the first like reading
The
copy or
beta read.
something.
The Vader.
Yes, he had just gotten it, and so like in my brain, I'm like, oh man, Lightbringer is here in Tulsa, like in nowhere else in the world, like
Just
it's at
follow him
Joel's
home.
house, like this
Follow
is
him.
crazy, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I wanted to, ask Joel like some stuff because he had read the whole thing,
Yeah.
but I also want to be surprised too, and so like I was just like, dude, I saw on your story like you've read Lightbringer, and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, it's the best book he's ever written. And I'm like, oh, don't tell me that. I'm already excited.
Yeah.
And so like because of that interaction, like it was the slowest time ever, like waiting for Lightbringer to get here. Um, but so worth it. Such a
Yeah.
great book. But yeah, that's kind of how I got the cornhole thing going with him. Um, and Well, I was lucky and I got one of the stickers during Hazard Bedlam, and so like whenever I cleaned my shirt, I also brought that up, our interaction and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, and again, I'm here to help if you need anything done for the con. He's like, and I mentioned some ideas, and he's like, oh, dude, if you could run the cornhole, that'd be great, and made some designs and did it, and so, um, shit, I forgot what we were talking about. What?
No, just your overall con
Whatever you
experience. This
wanted
is
to talk
great.
about,
You
yeah.
just keep
Okay.
going. You're doing great.
Well, thank you.
This is very free form discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so that's how that happened. But where was I? So yeah, and then after that, just kind of kept in touch. Had a couple of calls about like what he wanted for the boards and whatnot. And then brought them in and set them up and everything for the con. But yeah, it was a solid night. It was even it like never ended. Like even after it was over, it wasn't over. Like going out to the bars with everybody was super fun. Um, I had to go home, drop Josh off, and then I drove back downtown. Um, I live like technically like in Broken Arrow, but it's like on the edge of the Tulsa border. That it's still Tulsa, but it's like 20 minutes away from downtown. But yeah, so glad I came back out because you guys were there, Ben and Aaron, Miles, and like a bunch of other people, a bunch of people from the den. Um,
Yeah, we took
and
over that place.
Oh yeah, no, they loved us. We were a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so
do you
much fun.
do you find yourself disappointed that you can't just walk down the street in downtown Tulsa howling and have
Yes,
50 people howl right back at you?
I know.
Does Tulsa
I
feel
know.
empty now?
Yeah, it does. So last night I went to a concert and I drove by Valkyrie, drove by where we sat that one night, and that waiter was sitting there, and I almost rolled down my window and I was like, I should just yell like, "Have you read Red Rising yet?" Like,
Yeah, we sold him
but
hard on it.
we did.
Oh yeah, we sold a lot of people hard on Red Rising that
Oh yeah.
weekend.
No,
Yeah.
I'll get to it. I'm sure I'll pop over there and bring it up and be like, "Hey man, read this
What's
yet?"
happening? I think Sam or June, the
Yeah,
cook,
Sam actually said he knew him.
he knew him. Yeah. So We'll get that
Yeah,
guy.
I think
I
Check
forget
takes
his
on him on
name, but
Instagram too.
if
Yeah, I
you
forget.
are
Austin.
if you were our server at Valkyrie, we demand to know whether or not you've
yes,
met it.
get
Yep.
your start.
Too funny. Yeah, such a good weekend. Week, whatever, middle of the week.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah, it was a weekend.
It felt like a
ended
weekend.
it put a punctuation mark on a week.
Yes.
The rest of the week ceased to exist.
Yep,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't care what day it was. That was a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet up with you guys earlier, but I was like, I had so many different things going on, like finishing helmets, finishing my costume, the knife. I was just like all this shit going on. And I saw like on Instagram, I was like kind of getting FOMO because like people were at Cabin Boys and getting the signed beers. I was just like, I want to be there, but I'm just like, I got to finish this shit.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm really glad I got to, hang out with everybody afterwards. And pool party was fun. I missed the group photo. I was just like, damn it. But
No.
it was fun popping by that for a bit. I don't know who made those. The
Meringue
The macarons.
did. The
Yes, I
macarons were
made
made by
those were so
Meringue.
good.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god.
Yeah,
No, those were great.
I should have stolen some. She said she had like tons of them. I should have just
Oh really? I like
drive
took two
home.
because I was like, all right, I
I
don't want to be
know.
greedy.
I think we all. But she kept trying to give them to everyone because she's like,
I
I have too
thought
many.
about-
I have too many.
I thought about driving through Minneapolis on the way home. Like it was like an hour extra, and I was like, I'm not gonna bug the Howlers. They're getting back to real life.
Yeah.
It's been 3 days since the con. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that to them.
Well, the Minneapolis, or they've renamed themselves Minerva because it's MN.
Oh yeah, Minerva. Yeah.
They're now
Okay.
House Minerva. They once a month meet up and go to different breweries. Like they've got a hardcore group.
What?
They were out last night, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Skipper, there's a thrice weekly direct flight from Saskatoon to Minneapolis.
Oh.
We should do a team trip there and crash their brewery tour.
This is
Sure.
the thing is I think we all learned that groups of us travel well together thanks to Tulsa. So now I know there's a Dallas meetup happening. There's girls weekend in Nashville in March is gonna happen. Like
Wow.
we're just like all of us are like, well, what if I go there? What if I go there? Obviously I'm going to Saskatchewan. Yeah. We're all just now traveling to see each other or to random other places.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this yet or not, but Joel's wanting to do like a Tulsa Howler thing where we do like trivia nights and stuff.
Nice.
And so
nice.
so he's like, "You're my guinea pig. Like we're gonna test this out." And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll be a guinea pig." But so I think
awesome.
if we do start trivia, I don't know. I'm just whiffing here, but if it goes well, then maybe opening it up to like Discord or Skype or something.
Yeah.
So like if people want to play online too, they can chime in. But I don't know how you do trivia online because like the internet, like you can't have phones while you're there, obviously.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
gotta.
so I don't know how that
Yeah,
would work.
it would have to be specifically set up like, okay, we're streaming this to Discord or to Skype or like whatever.
Yeah,
Zoom,
and you only get. I've done
Zoom.
ones where it's like you get 30 seconds. Like no ifs,
Okay.
ands, or
Yeah.
buts
Right.
because we know that you have a device open.
Right.
You have
That's
30
smart.
seconds to answer, and they're usually obscure things that like Google does not pick up the keywords.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it'll be worded in such a manner that it's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't just have the RedPrintsRising wiki open. Let's not do that.
Or can I?
Well, that's just your brain.
Dude, yeah, I'm always impressed like how quick like I've heard you talk about like, oh, is this, and like you almost have like it memorized like the section. I'm like, wow, that is impressive.
Yeah.
But
There's a not infrequent time that I will quote chapter numbers to people.
wow,
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah, he's crazy. Well, just on
Me-
that note, just on what's happening in our fandom right now. So right now is a trend to rate the books. So from
Oh yeah,
starting
I
at number.
gotta
Okay.
do that one.
I had a
No, let's.
feeling.
I was gonna say let's just do it. I posted mine today, but we'll do it as a group. No judgment. I've already had
Yeah.
Hail Reaper. They said that it was not a disagreement, but they will. They don't. They love Iron Gold, and I don't. We
Yeah.
already had that discussion. So
I
okay.
know.
They're coming on the pod later this month.
Oh, sweet.
We'll hash it out then.
Yes.
I can't wait to
Yes,
hear
for
Philip talk
sure.
about Iron Gold. Yeah, I was shocked when Philip and Jeremy were like, yeah, Iron Gold's our favorite. I'm like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, oh man, I don't know if I can do this, guys. That's so hard to rate a
Well,
book.
We understand that it's difficult. We rating a book 6 out of 6 is not saying
it's
this is a bad book. It's just
Can
this
we
is
got
just my least favorite.
right? We
yeah.
got to establish like they're all like 8 to 10 books. Like they're all
Yes.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're all phenomenal. So it's
Correct.
like I was thinking about this because like listening to yesterday's episode, like with Fabled Spirits, she did it and everything, and I was just like, oh man, if I get asked, like, I feel like it's like rating like family members, like
Yes.
in or
It's
it's like
exactly
Yep.
how I
ah,
feel.
I
like
think
how
Drill
could I
Bit
do
said,
that?
yeah, it's just like trying to pick my favorite kid.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh gosh.
All right.
But
Well,
that
here we
being
go.
said,
Number
dive in.
6. So mine was Iron
Oh
Gold.
man, Crescent, what
That's
was
me
your
too.
number 6?
You gave
6
it
is
Iron
Iron
Gold.
Gold.
Iron Gold.
I have everything else is on the list, and unfortunately Iron Gold doesn't start everything off. So it's number 6.
Can I start
Sorry,
off with
sorry guys.
top 3? Can I do that and work
Well,
my way
then,
down?
then,
No,
then keep
you gotta pick
those
your
in your
least favorite
mind,
first.
and then
No,
go.
no.
So
And then
keep
pick from the
those in
rest.
mind, and then what of the other 3 are you dropping?
Okay. All right. All right. Oh man, I feel
It's
like the
gonna
hardest
hurt no
thing is
matter what you choose.
I know.
I feel like I gotta. Mm, I know 100% what my top 3 are. I haven't really thought about what 6 would be. I love this book. I love this book. I'll say 6 Morningstar. I love Morningstar, but I'll put that as 6. Um,
That is
That's a
fair.
bold choice. That's
I
a
put
bold choice, though.
Morningstar
it is
as
a bold choice.
4, and I was felt guilty about it, but I
Yeah.
get it.
I I no, I love Morningstar. That's why I didn't want to rank them because like I'm literally working on a Morningstar reel right now. Like my world has been Morningstar like for
Yeah.
the past like 2 months. So no, I love it. I think maybe that's why I'm putting it because I'm like I've literally like consumed so much of Morningstar for 2 months straight that I'm just like that's 6. But
All right.
no yeah wait your both of yours was Iron Gold for
We're
6.
both
Yeah.
Iron Gold.
Okay.
It's the only book that's taken me longer than like 3 days to read.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it way more uh, on every subsequent read through.
Yeah.
But just the first time
It's
through,
it's an adjustment. Yeah.
it took me a month, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Because
just taking getting used to.
yeah, we're so familiar with Darrow, and it's like, oh, who are these guys? But
Yeah.
I was telling my buddy that like I've had a couple of friends just read the first 3 and stop for
Yep.
that very reason, and I'm just like, no, like I'm gonna like sound like Philip and Jeremy here, but like Iron Gold is just so fucking cinematic. Like they're all cinematic, but like Iron Gold is like where for me it starts to like ramp up, and it's like
Mm,
it's like getting into like an even bigger piece of the media story that we already
yeah.
have. Like it's just like, oh, there's
Yeah.
a whole fuck ton more to this.
Yeah.
Like,
All of a
um,
sudden, everything just kind of
so the
opens up.
universe is so much bigger than what we
For
thought.
sure.
Like, and I
Yep.
love that. I love how like we start off here and it just continues,
Yeah.
and we're like, you know, getting ever more into the outer reaches of the rim, And I was telling my buddy, like I was convincing him to read Iron Gold, and I was just like, dude, you got to read it. Like, you got the Moon Lords, like you got the Rim, like you like Dune, like it is like all those vibes. It's like the honor, the blood duels, like it's just like it's all so visceral and real, and it's awesome. And even if we only get like a small section of that to start, like um I don't know, man. I'm like hyping myself up on Iron Gold. I'm like, I want to kind of push that up there a
Okay,
little
so
bit
what's
more.
number 5? What's
Yeah.
number 5 then?
Not
Five.
Iron Gold.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh gosh, 5. I'll go.
Skipper,
And
that was
again,
Red
I love
Rising for you, right?
what?
No, it was Dark Age for me.
Oh, that's right.
And again,
I was
it's one
surprised
of
by that.
those like,
But yeah,
but
no, I feel
it's
you.
not anything against Dark Age. It's just that I love the other 4
Mm-hmm.
so much
Yeah.
that it was then poor
Yep.
Dark Age and Iron Gold just got sunk
Right.
to the bottom, even though it's not actually
I mean,
me
they
not
are heavy
liking
books.
them.
They
They're
are
very
heavy
heavy,
books.
but they are the heaviest of the books. But
I'll
the
do.
other 4 I just love so much.
Yeah. I'll do. I'll do Iron Gold for
For number 5.
5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Red Rising for me.
It's Red Rising.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I almost
Yep.
said that, but
I love Red Rising.
mhm.
I love the rest of them more, and it
Yeah.
started everything off, so it edges out Iron Gold.
Yeah.
I like really it for me. It's a top 5, and Iron Gold and Red Rising are tied. But
Yeah.
if it's a top 6, Red Rising started it. So
Right.
Yep. Yep, that's fair.
Yeah. I love the first one. Like it's what got me into the series. It is amazing. And it's so fun, and it's such a fun way. Like I just feel so nostalgic every time I read it, like what got me hooked. But I've had a lot of people like where they read like the first like few, we're going to talk spoilers, right? Like I can
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
You,
oh yes,
okay,
yeah,
you do
we're full
whatever.
spoilers.
okay, good.
Beware, by the way, if you
Yes.
didn't listen to the disclaimer
The
today.
disclaimer.
But I've had like some people be like, oh, like I've just heard it's like Hunger Games or whatever. And I'm like, no, like it may seem like that, but you gotta get to the institute at least. Like my cousin, he read like up until the point of like Eo's death, and like it's like I can't do this romance stuff, like tragedy, Romeo Juliet. I'm like, dude, you quit it like one of the roughest, like you're
Yeah.
at a hurdle
Yep.
that you gotta clear, get to the institute, man. And I made that Golden Sun reel, and like I showed him like reviews of like Golden Sun, like kind of like talked about how like it ramps up into like what it is, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna give it another shot. So we'll go back into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess I picked um, Morningstar 6, 5 Iron Gold, 4. I'll go Red Rising, and then Dark Age is my favorite. I'm just gonna say that.
You're going Dark
Dark
Age?
Age is number
Okay.
1. Yeah, and then
You're skipping steps here, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I was looking at it on my shelf, and it was just calling my name. And
All
I'm
right.
just like, I gotta, yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's just,
It's
4 is
shining
Red
its light on you.
Rising.
Yeah.
My
So,
4 is
or-
Morningstar because, and I love Morningstar, and I think Morningstar has
Mhm.
like the most perfect book ending of any
Oh
book.
yeah, for sure.
But I just love the other 3 more. So sorry, Morningstar. What's yours, Crescent?
Yeah.
What's your 4?
Morningstar.
Morningstar.
It's Morningstar.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you caught that one before editing.
I caught it! I don't normally catch his puns until I'm editing, and then I go, oh.
Oh,
God damn it.
Paid attention
dude,
to him.
I love puns, man. Like, keep it up. Like,
Yes.
yesterday they were like
Fox
giving me
is not
shit
a
for your
fan.
pun, and like
Sorry,
puns are
Fox.
the worst form of humor. I'm like, what? No, puns are the best.
Oh,
Skipper's like, shut up. We don't need more.
It's fine.
she hates them, but she admits they're funny.
I will
Good,
put up
good.
with them. All right, number 3. Moving on, number 3. You're going Golden Sun Crescent?
Yep. Golden Sun is number 3 for me.
Red Rising is number 3 for me.
This is gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say Lightbringer's 3 for me.
Ooh, that is controversial.
I'm sorry. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this.
Okay.
And I guess I'll speed up because like leaving dead silence after that's hard. So it would be Golden Sun 3, and then or Golden Sun would be 2, and then 1 would be Dark Age.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Dark Age, Golden Sun, Lightbringer, is how it is for me.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like Dark Age and Golden Sun are both the second books of each set of 3. And I think that's. I'll let you guys say your picks before I talk more about it.
Well, my number 3 was Red Rising. My number 2 is Golden Sun, because Golden Sun used to always be my number 1, and then Lightbringer edged it out. So Lightbringer is number 1 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 3 for me is Golden Sun. Number 2 is Dark Age, and number 1 is Lightbringer.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I mean, those orders as well. Great. Like I could go.
Honestly, like there's no like, wrong order. You can't pick one.
Yeah.
But
like we're all saying top tier books. They're all top tier. But Dark Age is like my favorite because to me it felt like the most cinematic of all the books so far to me, because we see so many POVs. There's so much shit going on. It is a fucking roller coaster from start to finish that was just absolute insanity that we have not seen before. It's so fucking brutal and visceral and like we kind of had tastes of it, and then we just get a fire hose to the face of that in Dark Age, and it was like I think that's why I like it, because it is so different.
It's no holds barred.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's just you are here for the ride. Mm-hmm. The bar has gone down. You are not getting off.
Right. Exactly.
Like, have fun.
Yeah.
And I think
like there's parts where you definitely are not going to have fun.
Right.
But I think it's worth it in the end.
I think some of Pierce's best writing is in Dark Age, and specifically towards battles. Just so beautifully crafted. And I think he said that's his hardest thing writing is battles, and how hard they are, like how many different directions they can go. And I think like he just mastered that in that book. And especially with the different POVs during the same battles, like
I love that aspect of getting to
incredible.
See,
like we'll always remember like the first time reading Lysander's POV, and then immediately swapping to Darrow, and it's like we encountered light resistance. It's like,
resistance.
Oh shit! like that in itself just adds like another layer. It's just like, if that's light to Darrow, it's like I wonder what, like when he's sweating, like what that's like.
Yeah.
But,
I really like that point of view, like the swapping, but the thing of I like to see what everybody else in this solar system thinks of Darrow, and especially the other 3 point of views.
Yeah, they all hate him.
They all hate him. They have reason to dislike him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy because we're just like, how could you, hate Darrow? And then it is definitely interesting to see like the various ways like the decisions impact like the low colors and these characters that we meet. But yeah, it like I'm sure it's the same for you guys, but when reading, like it feels like the way Pierce writes just feels like you're watching like the best movie ever. Like like it really just it's so fun. It doesn't even feel like reading. It feels like I'm literally watching it in my head. It's so good. Um, and yeah, Dark Age was like it kind of like Dune vibes um and the tech, I mean we get more Ephraim,
Yeah.
uh just and I like how I don't know, by the time we get Lightbringer, I enjoyed Lyria. Like I hated her initially. I was just like,
I am
God,
the same
Lyria
boat.
sucks.
Yeah.
And finally, like reading Lightbringer, I was just like, I enjoy Lyria's chapters. Like I'm
Yeah.
having a good time. Like thank God, like she's finally like reached this point.
Yeah, she comes
Um,
into her own a lot, and you kind
mhm,
of when
Oh
she
yeah.
becomes more confident and more understanding of herself, then you think you as the reader are like, okay, now I can get behind you. Like
right.
you stop
Yeah.
just complaining about everything. Like
Yeah, when her vitriol turns into
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Did you guys want
I don't
more
know. I don't
squid,
know
or
what the next turn
were you
is.
happy with that?
No, that's great. I love that. I'm gonna pull up here. Okay, here is the Goodreads ratings.
Mm.
So in actually, technically, we could go out of 7 because 45 people have already rated Red God, which is why I don't
Ah,
always trust Goodreads because it's sitting at a 4.56. So, here we go.
Yeah, it's just people wanting to mark their territory. Like I was here, what was
Yeah.
released. Update my
Um,
review later.
so, in number 6, according to Goodreads, is Iron Gold at 4.24. In
correct.
number Oh, and number 5 is Red Rising at 4.26. And number, this is hard because number 4 will be, it's a tie. Both Golden Sun and Dark Age sit at 4.45.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Wow.
interesting.
That is interesting.
And
That's and
then,
that's a 2 decimal point
My top
yeah.
tie.
two,
Like goddamn.
my top two tied. It's got to say something. I'm just like,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
then
tied for
they've got
third slash
Morning
fourth.
Star. Morning Star sits at 4.49. And then
Oh, look at that.
Lightbringer gets 4.78.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm just seeing what it
dang.
is. Yeah. And
It's been
then,
slow
I
at
go.
work, and I've been on Goodreads a lot lately, just because like if it's slow, like I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna hop on and read reviews or whatever. So I did you read through like a bunch of the Lightbringer and Goodreads reviews?
I have not.
No,
We
not at
read
all.
it. We actually got
Well,
to
I read it in
read.
mid-April.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
I
we
saw. It, I was
were
like, oh,
ahead
I'm
of
so jealous.
crowd. No, we were ahead of the crowd.
That
But then I
that would
haven't
be
gone
tough.
back and like looked at it. I know poor Crescent had to sit there all alone for a month because I just
Oh,
couldn't.
I
I
I
couldn't
should
do
have
it.
messaged Joel. I should have been like,
You should
dude,
have messaged
I need
you
Joel.
to
should have.
gush about Lightbringer.
Yeah,
Damn.
you would
And
have loved
Skipper's
that,
I feel
failing.
like a fool.
dude. I would not be able to contain myself if I had no one to talk to, like after reading Lightbringer. Like,
Yeah,
um,
poor Crescent was. Yeah,
man,
I was a full month just because I needed to reread. Well, I needed to reread Iron Gold and Dark Age. In the end, I didn't reread Dark Age, and I was very confused for parts of
oh
Lightbringer.
gosh,
It had been 4 years. So
yeah,
now having reread Dark Age, and then I'm still have not completed my second read through. Soon though, it makes a lot more sense on the second read through that I'm like,
hmm
oh, I actually understand some of these things. But the
yeah,
Red Rising wiki was very helpful for it.
no,
So
yeah. Wait, the wiki is great. I did my third re I guess my third read of the series in prep for it. So now I got to read Lightbringer 2 more times to make it even.
Make
But
it.
Damn, I gotta read Lightbringer like 12 times in a row.
Yeah, get on that.
Man, you gotta do
And
it.
I've already done it 3 times.
Yeah.
No, I need to start my second read of it because like I blasted through it so fast. What was you guys' like reading experience like for the first time for Lightbringer? Like, how did you
I
go about?
blasted through it light
Okay.
speed. So
Okay.
so our copy is basic. I
Hold on.
would imagine it's very similar to the copy Joel has. It's a PDF. There's no chapter numbers.
Look
It's
at that.
literally just yeah. Both
Look
of
at
us
that
printed
guy.
it off because we're psychopaths.
I'm gonna show
That's
you that
incredible.
Pierce has
Yeah.
signed mine. Illegal.
Yes.
Illegal. Because he was like,
That's
"What is
incredible.
this mayhem?" And I was like, "Oh."
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang, that is like way bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the full.
Well, it's double spaced on printer paper.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what 600
No, it's 7,
Can't
isn't
remember.
it?
786 or something.
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
don't remember. It's been 8 months or 4 months or something. I don't know. 5 months.
767.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But yeah, and
Like,
But yeah,
hard to
so
read through too.
so-
Like,
I got a hold of it on like a Wednesday evening or something because Skipper sent it to me. And or no, sorry, I got a hold of it like Wednesday or Tuesday afternoon, and I got home and I didn't have time to read it that night because I had been working out of town. And so I finished my next day of work, and basically the only thing I did other than work and sleep for the next I ran out of ink, and then I ran out of reading to do. So
because you're printing it off? Or
yeah, so my I have a laser printer, and it ran out of toner
oh yeah.
about like 2/3 of the way through the book. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I got a good portion of the way through.
Mine was printed at work, and I justify it because I work for the book company, I work book industry, and we got it because I work book industry. So I not only did I print the whole thing on company paper using company, but I also stole the binder from my work and spent time to, let me show you my beautiful cover art. I don't know if you picked up on it. I made my own cover of it. It's got the horse. This is my great.
That is
so
incredible. Good. Wow.
Yeah, if you're
great.
listening and not watching on YouTube right now, you're missing out on my beautiful artwork.
Yeah, go. Skipper, you should probably post a picture of it to Instagram.
Okay. I will. With the signing of illegal from Pierce.
So, for me, it was Wednesday night after work, Thursday night after work, and then Saturday evening after I went to a tattoo expo in the city here. And then like less than an hour Sunday morning. I think my total read time was like 12 to 13 hours.
Wow.
And I was just like absolutely flying through it.
Yeah.
And
same.
Read throughs 2 and 3 have been audiobook. And I don't know.
Did you guys read together? Were you similar? Like on no? Skipper, you read it first.
No, I was a month after him.
Oh,
yeah. So I read mid-April.
I got it first and sent it to him within like 2 days of me having it. And my read through so again, I had not read Iron Gold or Dark Age since 2019. Like I've read Dark Age, I read it once in 2019 and hadn't touched it. So we were recording Iron Gold at the time. Actually, I think when we got it, we were recording Morningstar. And my plan was I'm going to read through Iron Gold and Dark Age and then read it. And so then we were recording weekly. And that's the pace I was doing Iron Gold at, was we were recording this weekly. And then we ended up recording what is now called the Cast Bash 2.0, where we
No.
brought Dram on and we recorded and Hydro, but Dram especially does not like Cassius, and so we recorded that. And it's really funny because Crescent was like so much more passionate about Cassius and anti-Lysander that I was like, something's up. So
Okay, I think I remember
I
hearing
was
a
like,
piece of this.
I was like,
on Instagram.
doing my best to
he's
not
trying
be
to
super obvious about it.
all
Like, no,
in.
you guys are idiots. Like,
And
I'm
so
like,
then
I'm like only
he's
making arguments from the first 5 books. So I'm just like,
but like,
dude, that'd be so hard, man. Like,
yeah,
I could not keep
so
a straight face if I was in that conversation, knowing like the
right.
I'm impressed that you were able to do that, honestly. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, so then after that night, it was a long weekend in May. And we'd finished recording that, and he just was like, you have to, you have 2 days off. Like, don't read So I didn't read Dark Age, because that would have then taken me, like, the next month or whatever, that I just went, fine, I will sit down. So I had started making my progress a little bit through Lightbringer, and like, oh yeah, so when we recorded the Glittering Gala with Pierce, I was a little bit into it. Like, that's what actually, you can probably see, I have the old Hazard Bedlam stickers were being used as my
nice
bookmarks. They're stuck. So that's where I was like, well, 167, right? Like, that's when we talked to Pierce. And then I didn't really make that much like, I pick up a chapter here or there. But I was still trying to reread Iron Gold, and then it was when he was like, you just get it done. Like, you're off for 2 days.
come on.
Do it. And so then I blitzed the rest of the book in 2 days. And I was like, okay. But it was great because then Crescent was there for me to text every hour, being like, what is this? What is this?
And all I could do was like react. I couldn't respond to the message at all. All I could do is react on Discord. Because anything else could be a spoiler.
Right. And it's hard to like talk about the past of like, because like you might mention something that hasn't happened, but
yeah.
Man, so wait, so was Skipper the first person that you were able to like talk to about the arc?
Yes.
Oh man, so you were really pushing for her to read it. You're like, read this shit so I can.
I basically spent the whole month just being like, just pent up. Actually, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. So I did get to talk a little bit with Libro and
Brick.
Oh,
there's a couple people who got arcs as well, but after him, still, it was like a month.
But the most surreal conversation that I got to have, and it was only 4 or 5 sentences long, was with Pierce at the Glittering Gala, and Skipper's like, like Crescent's finished Lightbringer, and he just goes, "What? I don't know anybody that I don't know personally that's done it. What did you think?" So he was on the back foot, and then immediately put me on the back foot, and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and other people are in the room that haven't finished it, so you can't honestly react. And tell them,
exactly. So I had to tell
Salem
him
was in the...
that my favorite part was when Severo saves Cassius and Darrow in the dockyards of Venus.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to use code words. I told him, stood over my star shell.
I was there. I listened to that, and I was like, what? But no, you did good. And also, he was like, we need you as like a not copy editor,
continuity editor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's gonna happen.
Be dope, man. We'd be sick. I was freaking out with you. I was like, oh yeah, get him on there. That was cool. No, you guys did a great job. That was a super fun episode to listen to.
It was super fun to have it.
Yeah,
again, it being
super fun to record too.
Yeah.
Did you guys like
to
hang out?
Pierce, he's just so great that we knew going into it. It's like whatever.
We barely did anything. It was just like,
you throw anything at him and he's gonna twist whatever to be the perfect. He's just great.
Yeah. No, that's cool to watch.
Yeah, it was super fun. All right.
Yeah, my like starting Lightbringer, like the Audible version came out at midnight,
Mm.
and so like, or yeah, midnight, and so I was on my old schedule, so I was like staying up, I was like waiting for it, and like midnight hit, and it wasn't freaking there, and I was just like, what, what, where is it? It's midnight. It's it's game time, and it didn't come out till like at least for me like 2 a.m. So like 2 a.m. hit, I'm still awake. I download Lightbringer and I start listening to it, and I'm just like, like I want to binge, but I gotta get some sleep, and I also want to like have my hard copy in hand, which I didn't have yet, and Amazon for whatever reason didn't get it to me in time, so I had to go to Barnes and Noble and grab a copy. Thank God they had them, and like I like arranged their whole like stand because like they didn't have it. They didn't have the books in order.
They're like,
They
no,
didn't
no,
have
no.
like
This needs to be right at the front.
yes, yes. Like, I took the little description tag from the shelf, like in the back, walked it to the front, put it under the thing, like describing the series, put the books in order, stacked the Lightbringers like on top of each other,
Look
and I
at
was
Oh,
you
like, all right,
you
go.
are
cool.
doing
This
the
is
Reaper's work.
this is acceptable. This is what it needs to look like. Um, and I was surprised. Like, I was wanting to like meet other like people there, but I was like, oh, everybody else probably already got their copies like sent to them or whatever. So yeah, dashed home, started listening to it. I got my brother in on this, and he's read all the books as well. So it was a really fun first read of Lightbringer, the initial part, because we were like, I don't know what the name of it, where you're listening and reading at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's like you can do it on Kindle, but
Mm-hmm.
we were doing it with like actual hardbacks. So super fun. We love Tim Gerard Reynolds, and
yeah.
I think Josh and I listened to the first 13 chapters together. Like we did nothing that whole day, but listened to the book. And holy shit, the fight like with Apollonius, like I like there's something so raw about a first read, and like Pierce, and you have these things swirling around in your head, like things that Pierce has said, other people have said, like Pierce saying like his most brutal death ever in this book,
Right?
and then like
Yeah.
he's fighting Apple and he's fucking losing, and it's brutal and it's painful to watch, and I'm
And
just
you're
like,
like, oh God,
I'm like,
is
oh
that
fuck,
happening?
does Darrow die this early? Like, is this like I'm so invested. I'm so like, there's nothing else in the world that matters but this moment, and like, thank God, like he makes it out of that, but like barely fucking scrapes
Yeah.
by, and that the whole first read is like that. I'm sure it was for you guys too, but like when you don't know,
Yep.
it's fucking scary. It's like
Yeah.
so
Yep.
fucking scary. Like we've read the book now, so it's not scary and we get it. But like the first read, like anything could fucking happen. And it's just like it's so crazy because it's just like, man, are we about to lose this character? And so um yeah, that the whole I love the Cassius Darrow team up at the beginning. Cannot I wish we had,
Yeah.
obviously even more of that. But I love Cassius. Cassius is my I feel like Cassius and Severo tied for me. Like Darrow's my favorite. Cassius and Severo, I love both of them. So getting the team up and then like the reveal, like, oh, it's not Severo, and it's like, yeah, I kind of felt like that it might be too easy. Like,
Got
but
to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
My huge. Now, to be fair, I went into Lightbringer assuming we were gonna lose Cavex. That was
really,
my big. I was
really,
like, and then when he's like, it's the hardest death. Sophocles. I automatically assumed because I was like, what could
yes,
possibly be
that would
worse
be
than Ulysses is when you kill the dog. Like,
right.
and so I was like, it's going to be at Cavex, Sophocles back to back. And so when he goes missing and we know like he's gone in the battle and we get all of Virginia's point of view, I was freaking out and messaging
Oh
Chris
yeah,
and being like, no, I'm not
And meanwhile, I'm
actually
just like,
mentally prepared for this. Like, I'm not okay with this. And then you get,
yeah,
oh my God, the Sophocles crying because Oh my, I couldn't.
His
I
couch
couldn't
is
deal with
leaving.
it.
Oh man, yeah, that was
Holiday
brutal.
down on the ground and like getting Sophocles.
Yes, like
That's-
Holiday does that, right? She gets the
Yeah.
Yep.
Dixon. Yeah, I was
Yep.
like, oh yes. But like when Mustang's like, secure that bloody damn fox, I'm just like, oh man, like, is he gonna eat it like in this short time? But we're on
Right?
we're on what Sophocles 112 or how many
Yeah,
times is he being
something like
cloned?
that.
27, I think.
Yeah, but
He could
this
have his
one
own
is the
spin-off
important
series of
one.
adventures, you know.
Yeah.
Even though someone pointed out this is probably actually not the same Sophocles as that we had in Golden Sun. It's
Ooh,
probably
I
a
did not
different
think about that.
Sophocles from
Oh, I hope
Golden
it is
Sun to
though.
now.
Man,
Maybe.
We're gonna have to ask
Maybe.
Pierce that is one was the divide. Like,
Yeah,
is this it?
what's the lifespan of a Martian fox?
right.
Because if
Dang,
it's
that's
60
crazy. I never
years,
thought
then
of
it's
that.
fine. But just saying.
Well, I mean, Cassius made it to 33, 34.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I ranked Lightbringer 3 because I'm just bitter. I'm just like man, I fucking sobbed. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like I was like on
Yeah.
my couch, like I have like my pages are like messed up from tears. I'm just like,
Oh, damn.
no, like straight up, like it
Yeah.
was ugly,
No,
ugly
that's
crying. I was just like, thank God it's 2 a.m. and no one's here to see me. But yeah,
Oh. Yeah.
freaking brutal. I still feel a semi like book hangover, which is why I haven't started my reread of Lightbringer. Like I love it, but I'm just like, oh man,
Yeah. I haven't, I still,
yeah.
and I've said this on the pod before, is I, the plan was to finish the audio before I got to Tulsa, and I was 2 hours off. Just based on like every once in a while, if I'm sitting in traffic, I don't want to listen to audiobooks, but that's besides the point. So I was 2 hours off with my estimate, and then we had HowlerCon, and I still have not finished the 2 hours because I'm in
yo,
HowlerCon
what?
hangover, and I just don't want it to end. So
Wait, so you were at HowlerCon and you hadn't finished it?
well, I read the book, but it was
Not
the
the
Oh,
audio.
audio.
oh,
I
oh, the
hadn't finished
audio,
the
the audio.
audio.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
It's
no,
just
that's
the
fair.
audio. So
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
sitting
want to listen
on.
to that right before going into.
Yeah.
So
So I still haven't finished the audio.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
mine like kind of similar. Like I ripped through the audiobook before like I went camping just before HowlerCon. I ripped through the audiobook before I went camping, and then the audiobook was my companion for my drive from Saskatchewan to Tulsa. And then like there was points where I was so tired, like I needed music.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't listen to audiobooks,
Yeah.
so I ended up like it was just before chapter 84 that that I got to when I got to Tulsa.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm driving Salem to the airport, and I'm like, "You want to listen to Cassius die?" Because
Oh
like
my
that's where I
god.
was in the audiobook.
God.
We'll say goodbye to him and
She
you at
said
the same time.
no.
It's cool.
Yeah, she said no, and I was like, you know what, that's fair.
That is fair. Yeah.
And then I listened to like an hour between Tulsa and Arkansas, and then I I was leaving Kansas City a day after that, and I finally got to like actually finishing it again. And full HowlerCon hangover. I'm just fucking bawling in the truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking brutal. Like I thought like I threw Dark Age whenever Alex died in Dark Age
Oh yeah.
and like chucked the book. I was so pissed. Like and like walked around my house just like processing and so if I had that reaction for Alex, like this was just like devastation. I was just like
Yeah.
torn apart, and
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of readers feel that way. But it made me. I'm ready for Red God. Like, can we just,
I know, right?
Yep.
God, need answers. But no, it was good. Like the first 13 chapters, like reading it with Josh, and then like he's like, all right, I'm going to bed. I'm like, well, I'm still reading, man. I can't stop.
Yeah.
So binged it in 3 days, and right before HowlerCon, because I was like, I'm not going to the con without,
Oh
I have
yeah.
to finish. Like, there's no way I'm going to be there and not know, and like have stuff spoiled possibly. But there were people there that did it, and I was just like,
There
wait,
were
wait,
people
wait,
there that
you?
hadn't started it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I was
Like
like, I
that's
can't be
great.
around you. I can't. Don't listen to me.
Like
But
the people that were wearing the Lysander did nothing wrong shirts.
they hadn't
Uh,
finished.
I they hadn't finished. I
They
walked up to
yeah.
them, and I looked them like it's like, all right, are you done, Lightbringer? No. Where are you at? Chapter 65. Like I have nothing more to say to you.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought they were
yeah.
just doing that to troll people. Like they had
Oh,
I
they
think they
finished it.
they were
are. They
absolutely just taking the
100% are.
piss. Yeah, 100%. They were just taking the piss.
Apparently, it's their two wives that were there haven't read a single one of the books. They had no idea what was happening.
Just
And
good sports.
their spouses had made them wear these. Lysander did nothing wrong, and they didn't even
Oh man,
understand
jeez.
why people were like. Aaron from HowlerPod just kept screaming "fuck you" at them, and I'm sure these
Yeah.
poor women were just like,
Oh
"What
my
is?
god.
What are
What did
we?"
Why
I
are people
do?
flipping me off?
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah,
awesome.
too
Yeah, no,
funny.
they
Yeah,
were 100% just taking the piss.
yeah,
So good.
so funny. Love it. All right. I don't have any more questions. Anyone else got
Yeah,
questions? What are we
I think
talking about?
we've covered it well.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about, Scarab?
Oh man, I could talk. Honestly, I could talk for forever. So, but no, I loved it. I I loved all the goodies we got in Lightbringer. I love, like, those the tech moments as well when we get new tech introduced, and
New God
um,
Killer armor.
mm, God, sweet God Killer armor, and just like the I need to reread, man, because when you can't recall names of shit, it's bad. But the gauntlet for the ships,
Oh,
Oh yeah,
that was freaking nuts.
oh shit.
Yes, I'm not the only one. I can't.
yeah.
Um,
When Crescent doesn't even know
all
things. I was gonna say, we get the what's Mustang's crown thing that she then controls, like her war crown, and she's controlling everything during that battle.
mm, oh yeah. Like straight up like Minority Report kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That was cool.
Damn. Uh,
But and then the freaking Lion Guard with the pulse shield dome that just like encompasses Apollon, and like I'm like, what? You can wear a backpack that creates like a full on force field, around you. Like that's insane.
yeah,
And like everyone's like it's such a strenuous thing that like that's all you do because you're holding down
yeah,
this dome. And I love the consistency in Pierce's writing. How like we've heard this even in Golden Sun, like describing how um, pulse domes or pulse fields are a few feet off the ground, because if they touch the ground, they'll cause earthquakes. And so like that consistency, like even in that moment, and like hence like the grenade rolling under, and like it's all legit. Like there's no like stumbling in consistency for
yeah.
that. So um, always cool. And the drones, and just like all all the awesomeness of this world that we get in Lightbringer. And um yeah, it was
Yeah.
a amazing book.
Love it. It's so great. Oh my god, yeah, we're gonna need to bring you on to do like either Severo or something with the weapons. Like you should come on an
Oh
episode when we're just
yes,
talking
yeah,
random.
we've got
I'm so in.
several episodes that I think you're well suited to talk
Yeah.
on.
Let's go. I'm there.
Um.
Count me in.
Also, I can't find anything that actually calls Virginia's crown anything
Oh, she
other
just
than
has.
just the crown or a glossy black crown.
There you go.
Um, I'll listen to it again. We'll find out.
Yeah, man, I need to start my reread now. Like I'm
So the
ready for
den
it.
is, and this actually is good just for audience knowledge, because I'm sure people are watching this going, you said you were going to start the Lightbringer read through in September, and we're not, obviously, because the den voted, and the den will be doing a read through in October. So that's when we're going to start our episodes that are actually
Nice.
Lightbringer instead of all of our little Legend Legion interviews, I guess, that we're doing here of all of the cool people in the fandom is our September plan. So yeah, October is when we will start that.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, for now we've got
Excited.
Hail Reaper. We're so excited.
Let's go.
Yeah, we've done a lot of DMing,
Yeah.
but we've never had like an in-person conversation with them. So
Oh yeah.
it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell Philip and
Are
Jeremy.
we getting all three of them, or is it just Philip and Jeremy?
I don't
I
know.
guess
We'll
have to
We'll
make
have
that.
to see. I think
Oh,
it's
is Janelle
definitely
gonna be there?
We'll see who shows up.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We've got them, and then HowlerPod will be at the end of the month, just because of how scheduling works. And we're excited for them. We got to hang out with them a
Yes.
whole bunch in Tulsa. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They're
did.
just as hilarious in person.
oh my god, they're
great.
so much fun.
Yeah, they're
so
fantastic.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm
So
so
funny.
sorry to Ben for naming him Dribble.
No.
Well, and poor Erin got called Flight, and she's like,
Honestly, like
she's like, I'm
Flight's
not
a
even
cool
in
name. Flight's
she's
a
like,
pretty
I'm not
cool
even a
name.
flight risk. That was just Cross or Gambit just deciding she went missing.
Oh my god. I think I remember hearing that name come up. I'm like, oh, that's good. Was the
It was-
dribble from the spilling the whiskey or something?
Yeah, that
Okay.
I caught it in my
He
hand.
dribbled the whiskey on the Oreo.
That was his den
That's great.
dunk. And I
I'm
went,
so sorry, Ben.
I'm gonna catch it. Yeah,
That's
It
awesome.
was pretty funny. But yeah, we'll see who else we can get on here. Words and
Yeah, we're-
Whiskey
we're
will
gonna
probably,
reach
because
out.
I've got an in. I know a guy.
Yeah, you do.
Getting everybody.
We're gonna reach out to Joel as well. We're gonna try and see if we can talk to him about designing the Archie.
Arky.
And
Like a
maybe
model of the
community
ship?
episode. Like, well, no, because he like the poster at HowlerCon.
Mhm.
Like there was the
how he
the
designed it.
Arkham-
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just talking about like going through that and like his experience with HowlerCon and
Yeah.
kind of everything. And then we'll watch an episode of Community maybe.
Yeah. We'll
Oh,
see.
nice.
We've got lots of
It's gonna be
plans
fun.
coming up for September.
Good times all around. That's cool.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. So, yeah. Well, thank you
Yes.
very much for
Yeah,
joining
thanks for having me.
us.
This was awesome.
Going on.
It's
Yeah,
great.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Let's
Just let
go.
us know.
Yeah.
And
Love to
you
come
are
back.
now a member in the den of the Legend Legion. That is Twist from
Oh,
Fabled
nice.
Spirits named it. It is everyone who's kind of a known creator or content creator, all the podcasts, because we have a million podcasts in this fandom. And so we...
On a 4.
Yeah,
3.5.
4.
1 million.
3.5.
No, that's
yeah.
awesome. Cool. Well, thanks, guys.
So
I
yeah,
appreciate
you're a
it.
member of the Legend Legion now. So if you're in the
Great,
den,
thank
you
you.
have a
And
secret
we
chat that you
also
can get into.
force changed your name to Scarab.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just changed it myself on Discord, so I'm official.
Perfect. Love it.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you
This was
for
super
joining
awesome
us.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for
Congratulations for winning
listening.
Vox Populi.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Well deserved.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
It was a good time.
Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you around soon.
Catch you around. Ow! Skipper
HowlerCon ref,
notorious,
got
you
it.
can't howl.
I can't. I'm not gonna howl. I've got
All right,
people
we
in the
tried.
house. It's gonna be too loud.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.